I'm Mark Mullins with the headlines in Austin. Some neighbors say it was a small victory in San Marcos as City Council rejected a rezoning item that would have allowed for the development of an AI data center. Next week, Hays County commissioners will consider a measure to halt development of facilities like data centers in the county because of water concerns. And with all of this talk of water and growth, some farmers in rural central Texas communities say they're worried about their futures. Here's reporter Jessica Cha.
Working in the dirt.
This has the sweetest little smell.
And getting her hands dirty.
You know, this is the dream. I mean, is this not the dream to farm and grow and produce something on your own land?
Chelsea James says she could do this forever.
We've owned this property now for 10 years. I've never seen it this dry.
But she says the 4-acre vegetable farm and wholesale flower business they've grown since COVID is stunted. Central Texas is in the middle of a multi-year drought. And with the Edwards Aquifer reaching historic lows, Guadalupe County and places just like Creek South Farms are under heightened water restrictions.
There's not much forage. No, it is very, very short right now.
She says it's even getting hard to keep livestock fed.
So we're primarily substituting with hay right now,
costing them $800 extra a month. But James says they can't even grow and sell more produce to make up for it.
But we're only allowed to water a certain amount of time, so that really restricts us on what crops we can grow. Obviously, there's tons of crops we would love to grow, but they require way too much water.
While Chelsea says they have to limit the amount of produce that they grow due to the drought, they say the development in surrounding counties is rapidly increasing. And so that may soon affect farmers like them even more. Early Wednesday morning, the San Marcos City Council rejected a rezoning item that would have paved the way for a new AI data center not too far from James's farm. But the issue could be up for debate again elsewhere, she fears.
But it could be a possibility if a developer decides to build across the street or behind me. I mean, there could be a chance that I don't have as much water available.
And she says she's not against growth, but there has to be more consideration to make sure water supply can keep up with demand.
Conserve as much water as you possibly can. Add, rain gutters to your home, to every development. Collect as much as possible.
And while they wait for rain,
all I know is farming, and I know that I don't have enough water to keep doing this long term.
They can hope they can keep doing this forever. In Guadalupe County, Jessica Cha, KVUE News.
Now, water supply has been a big concern in our region for years. The Lower Colorado River Authority announced it's looking at adding another water reservoir online. It would be near the Colorado County town of Eagle Lake, about 115 miles east of Austin, and it could help the LCRA meet its goal of adding 60,000 acre-feet of water supplies by the year 2040. And for context here, an acre-foot is equivalent to about 326,000 gallons of water. LCRA leaders say it would be larger than its newest reservoir, the Arbuckle, which came online last October. So this would be another way to boost supply as demand grows. Austin police leaders fired an officer after a controversial use of force incident in downtown was caught on camera. Last October, video captured the moment APD officer Andy Garcia punched a man in the face on 6th Street. That man, James Rodriguez, has since sued the city and the officer, saying that he was simply standing there that night and was punched with no warning. APD now says after a disciplinary hearing, Officer Garcia was suspended indefinitely. The deadly conduct case of an Austin police officer will go before another jury. The Travis County DA's office announced it's decided to pursue a new trial for Daniel Sanchez 3 months after the first one ended without a verdict. Officer Sanchez was charged in the 2022 shooting death of Raj Munasinghe. On the night of November 15th, Munasinghe was seen standing outside of his home with a rifle and fired into an open door as officers arrived. Sanchez ordered him to drop the rifle and almost immediately fired his gun, shooting Munasinghe 5 times. The case went to trial last November. Prosecutors argued Sanchez acted too quickly, while the defense said he was addressing a threat. After 2 days of deliberations, jurors were deadlocked on whether Sanchez's actions were justified. They told the judge they could not reach a verdict. Now, a new trial date is set for August. You might see new automatic license plate reader cameras around Austin, even though the city ended a controversial program last summer. DPS tells us they installed those cameras along several state rights-of-ways earlier this month after getting TxDOT approval and permits. Reporter Adam Bennett shows us what they say they're being used for, and who can access that data.
Nope, you're not seeing things. Automatic license plate reader cameras are back in Austin, months after the city council ended its contract with Flock Safety after community pushback. Well, now Texas DPS is installing these cameras outside City Hall and several other places around the city. The word is getting out. This sign on South Lamar near Riverside Drive sits beneath one of DPS's new automatic license plate readers, or ALPRs.
Kind of curious as to what it is.
We met Michael Knight Wednesday after he pulled over to take a closer look.
Especially with us riding around the way we do, there's always kind of like the police are watching you, sort of like stigma in the bike community.
The cameras also caught Mackenzie Ryan off guard.
They just popped up.
After she helped defeat ALPRs last summer at Austin City Council.
We had to do some digging and figure out that, DPS had this $24 million contract with Flock.
In an email Wednesday, a DPS spokesperson told KVUE the cameras are, quote, part of continued efforts to improve public safety. Their written policy says ALPR usage includes identifying stolen vehicles, finding wanted or missing people, helping with Amber Alerts, helping with criminal investigations and for homeland security purposes, and boosting security at critical infrastructure or public events. The policy says all images and data will stay in Flock's database for 30 days, and limited metadata will stay in a TxDOT database for up to a year. DPS says usage will be limited with regular audits. Still, opponents worry about misuse of data and immigration officials getting access.
There is no oversight for this massive amount of data being shared across the country.
But supporters say the cameras help understaffed police departments solve crimes more efficiently.
City of Austin tends to have extreme policies. The state comes in and has its own response, and they have statewide jurisdiction, so they have the ability to put these in.
Meanwhile, out on Austin's streets,
They find like murderers and crazy criminals, yeah, it's great. But if they're just using it to try to like get a couple extra dollars in the city's pocket by getting tickets paid, that seems kind of sketchy.
Austinites say they'll watch closely to see how they are used. Adam Bennett, KVUE News.
Conservative advocates say Austin ISD may have violated the Texas Women's Privacy Act, which restricts where transgender Texans can use bathrooms in public buildings. According to Texas Values, the parent of an Austin high school student filed a formal complaint with the Attorney General's office, alleging that a biological male student was allowed to use a female restroom at Austin High. The complaint says the district did not respond to the parent's January and February notices, nor did it offer a solution within the 3-day window that the law requires. In a statement, an Austin ISD spokesperson told KVUE they're aware of the concern and are working with the campus to learn more. Those are the headlines in Austin. I'm Mark Mullins.